I'm here today with the lovely Anne Buckle.
Hi.
She, I don't even know where to start really because she's got a lot on her plate. But let's start, I guess, by telling everyone who you are, where you come from, kind of your musical background, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So I originally grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, a suburb called Peachtree City. And I moved to Nashville in 2012 when I finished college, grad school to be exact. And I moved here to pursue a career as an artist and a songwriter and a fiddle player. And I've been pretty much doing that for the last 7 years with several other things kind of thrown in the mix.
Yeah. So what kind of music? You said you play the fiddle, so.
Yeah, so I started playing the violin when I was 6 and then also other instruments. I grew up in a really musical country music family. So my great uncle was A.P. Carter of the Carter family, and I grew up around people like June Carter Cash and Johnny Cash and Joe Carter and all these different people from that kind of musical tradition when I was little. So I kind of moved here thinking I'd be in country music.
Yeah.
And I put out some music that was kind of country and tried to write country, and then I, over the years, have kind of morphed into a more like indie pop kind of sound, and I'm just embracing it now. So I love country music, and strings will always have a part in my songs, but I think my music nowadays is a little bit more alt pop.
Do you ever play the fiddle, like incorporated into your stuff?
Yeah, so I play more like violin and string arrangements nowadays,
Okay.
and I love to play viola as well and put that in there. So strings are a huge part of everything, banjo even, and mandolin and guitar and anything with kind of the country music instruments.
Yeah.
It's going to make its way in, but then also with like a little bit different writing style.
Cool.
So
Tell the people, because your name is Anne, but you
Yeah.
have kind of a stage name like many people do.
yeah,
Tell us where it came from and what it is and
totally.
all that stuff.
So when I first started putting out music when I was like 15, I just released stuff as Anne Buckle, which is my name, and I actually put out 3 albums as that, and you can't find all of those online anymore. Some were just like CDs back in the day.
Yeah.
But as I started morphing into a more pop sound, which was about 3 years ago, I started going by Wildwood. So you can find my music on Spotify as Wildwood now, and my socials are all She Is Wildwood. And I knew I was shifting to a new sound, so I wanted to kind of change the brand of what I was doing musically, but I still wanted to honor my country music family and tradition. And so the name Wildwood comes from an old Carter family song, The Wildwood Flower, which is kind of a more melancholy lyric. And a lot of my music has a little bit more of a pessimistic or melancholy feel to it. So I just like that. And Wildwood has been the new thing that I've been going by.
So it's just you, basically. I mean, like you're a solo artist.
It's just me.
Yeah.
And one thing that's really important to me is I write all my own songs, of course, which most artists do, but also I produce all my own music. So when you hear the production, I'm the one playing the piano part, the keyboard part, the guitar part, the mandolin, the banjo, whatever it is. The only thing I don't do is the programming of drums and whatnot. So my husband is also my producer on this project, Brandon Metcalf, and he is a really great producer, and he helps me with that side. So that's Wildwood.
Cool. You're working on any stuff right now, or how? Like,
Yeah.
have you done any albums under Wildwood yet?
So I've just released singles, which
Okay.
has been fun to do, but I am working on a full-length acoustic project, which is a little bit different than what I put out, and I have a new single coming out in the fall.
Okay. Any shows lined up?
Let's see, I have a show at the Bluebird in September, and I have a show back in my hometown in August, and then I also have a couple of festivals coming up this fall in Florida.
Cool.
I love going to Florida for the festivals. It's always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then another project you're doing is one you just recently started called Melodies and Mimosas.
Yeah.
Which honestly I think people in Nashville even could enjoy, but it's really good for tourists or like bachelorette parties. So tell everyone what that's all about. Sounds
Absolutely.
really cool.
So for the past couple of years in Nashville, a lot of people, if you are a musician or you know musicians, you know that you're not just moving here and instantly get to just sing and be on the road all the time. So my journey has included everything from a 9-to-5 job with Governor Haslam doing education policy to teaching private music lessons to most recently working with the Country Music Hall of Fame as a songwriting instructor. So I've been able to work with, I think at this point I could say thousands of students, helping them write songs. And one of the ways we do that is we sit down with a whole class of like 40 students at a time and we write a song in an hour. And I've done this so many times that I started realizing, A, this is really fun and the songs are really cool, and B, I think adults would love this too. So Melodies and Mimosas is geared at a group of probably 5 to 10 people who are friends, maybe celebrating a birthday, a bachelorette party. Recently I got approached about doing one for a baby shower, which could be really cute to write a lullaby for the kid and to know that all of these ladies and gentlemen, if they come to, you know, have put all their heart and soul into this song. And we sit down for 2 hours and I provide mimosas or mocktails and we write a song together in the 2 hour period. And we do it here in this beautiful studio, which my husband built. It's called South by Seat. We're in East Nashville and we're a full-blown recording studio. We have people in here all the time. We do a lot of music videos. So not only do you get to work with the songwriter to write a song that's personal to your experience with your friends, but also you get to be in a really cool recording studio.
Yeah, that's awesome. So people can go to melodiesandmimosas.com, right?
Yeah, I think, yes, that should work. It might have an
I'll
Amazon.
link it for
We'll link it, but yeah, you can go there. And I think I also just went live on Airbnb Experiences. So
okay, cool.
If anybody's familiar with that, you can go on their site and find local experiences. So that's another way to find it.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. One more project that I love that you're doing is your nonprofit.
Yeah.
It's called 3 Chords.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Yes.
If you're a musician, you know what that means.
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, tell them what it's all about.
Yeah, so in 2016, I started 3 Chords, and the thing that really initiated it for me was I was at this conference in Utah, actually, of all places, kind of the middle of nowhere. But I heard this guy talk about the refugee crisis worldwide. And I had heard about refugees here and there. And I studied abroad when I was in college. So I've always kind of had a heart for people of other cultures with different languages. And I love learning languages. But I never really knew what a refugee situation looked like or how bad it was. And he gave a stat that day that really just alarmed me about how many refugees there were worldwide. And so I felt called to do something. So I came back to Nashville and I started volunteering just as an English tutor with an organization that actually no longer exists here. It's really sad. They're called World Relief. They got cut for budget reasons. They were here 30 years, but
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really sad. But I started with them in 2016 just as a tutor, and then I kind of started thinking there's something more I can do. And so I just had this idea that if I could teach, I loved the teenage community too, because I feel like they're so impressionable, they're trying to find their place. I want them to feel like they're home.
Yeah.
If we could teach kids how to write songs and share their stories through songs, something that everybody relates to, then they could be better understood. They could feel like their voice is being heard. And so that's what I did. So 3 Chords comes from a phrase that all you need to write a song is 3 chords and the truth. So I wanted to empower the kids to just learn 3 chords on ukulele or guitar or piano, and then we can write your truth. And we did. So the first round of students I worked with for about a year and a half, and we put out a little album, and it's
really?
it's just on our website, 3chords.org, and you can hear their songs. And going into the fall, we'll be working with another group of students. But yeah, it's kind of my passion project on the side.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's an awesome way to give back and share the gift of music.
Yeah, and I think for me, it was as somebody who music is my passion. If I think about their situation, like these kids came from Thailand and Iraq and the Congo, and like they were just ripped out of their home for whatever reason, political or war, and then placed in a different country and culture. And I would hope that if that happened to me, if Nashville were under attack and I had to leave and go be put in, I don't know, like Kyrgyzstan or something, that someone would say, here is the instrument we play here, and here's how you play it, and let's tell your stories that people can know it. And I think that would make me feel welcome, so hopefully that's what we're doing.
So these are all refugees that are in Nashville?
Yeah, refugees in Nashville. They're all between ages 14 and 18.
Okay.
And the ones that I worked with back in 2017 and 18 are now, like, a lot of them graduated high school, which is really awesome. So they're kind of a little bit more grown up now, but that's our target audience to work with.
Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up here, but we're gonna shoot some more mimosas and melody stuff to show you more about that. But so check her out. She is Wildwood.
Yeah.
Melodies and Mimosas, 3chords.org,
Yeah,
all the things. Go check her out.
all the things. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank
too.
you
This
for
is awesome.
sharing. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.